My beloved child, I know the questions that have settled in your spirit. You've walked through seasons where the silence was louder than any encouragement, where delays stretched on, and what you longed for seemed held at bay. You questioned if your path was right, if you had somehow missed what I intended. But hear me now, for this moment is not by chance. Every detour, every quiet stretch, every barrier you faced was part of a divine design, not a punishment. The season of waiting, the time where you felt unseen, it was all preparation for what I am about to reveal. I've been guarding something significant for you, and it requires a foundation that cannot be shaken, an identity rooted in my truth alone. What I will share with you next will not only confirm why I allowed the very things that felt like loss, but it will unlock the understanding that shifts everything you thought you knew about your journey. This is the moment when what I've stored up begins to break forth, and you will see how every difficult step was actually leading you to this precise revelation. My child, your challenging experiences, those times when your inner being felt tested and your faith wavered, served a clear design. I permitted these difficult periods to reveal to all opposing forces that your inner resolve is unbreakable. Even when they tried to hold you back, you stood firm. From that unwavering stand, you now rise with deepened power. Your path has brought pain, my beloved child, yet what has grown within you possesses vast potential. I am grounding within you a core stability that no unrest can shake, a quiet certainty that endures when others are distressed, and a love that stays true no matter how you are treated. This inner preparedness is essential for what I am about to reveal. I needed to detach you from dependence on temporary assurances, so your reliance would settle entirely on me, my precious one. I allowed hardships to appear, ensuring your inner peace would not depend on the approval of others. I have led you through a time of quiet perseverance, strengthening your insight, determination, and commitment. Others will notice your inner light, but only you and I truly understand the profound journey that brought it forth. You are not destined for misfortune, my child. You are summoned for a distinct aim. When you grasp this reality, you will stop seeing difficulties as reasons to retreat, and instead recognize them as clear indications you are progressing as intended. No event has occurred without meaning. No struggle has been wasted. My beloved, the person you are growing into is truly resilient. This arises not from arrogance or worldly ambition, but from an inner being that has released its weights, found inner stillness, and gained fresh vitality through absolute reliance on me. I have moved with great care in readying you, my child, for I do not rush when setting in place what is meant to last forever. Now that this truth is yours, my subsequent words will provide the insight to accept it with assurance. But listen carefully now, my child, not with your temporary emotions, but with your deepest understanding. Every delay you encountered was part of my flawless design. Not one was intended to cause you harm. Each still period, every instance of waiting, every unexpected change was integrated into a vaster design far beyond your immediate perception. I do not operate by the quick pace of human calendars. I act according to my eternal aim. You thought things were falling apart, my beloved, yet in reality, you were advancing toward fulfillment. What I did not allow was not refused in anger, my child. It was redirected by my watchful concern. I protected you, not only from external threats, but from internal weakening. I slowed your progress before enthusiasm could exceed your genuine character. I provided quiet so that self-importance would not flourish amidst noise. I permitted challenges to nurture deep wisdom. For my intent is not to make you seem impressive, my precious one, but to make you unwavering. What I am building within you will not fade as conditions shift. It will persist. And this enduring nature emerged from my protective journey with you. What seemed like wandering was, in fact, my direction, guiding you away from courses that felt right but lacked true harmony. You were not being disciplined for some hidden fault, my child. You were being refined so that no vulnerability would join you in the future I have prepared. And now, as I begin to unveil what awaits you, my beloved child, you will start to see how every diversion served as a safeguard. You will give thanks for what never materialized. You will offer thanks for what I prevented from ever taking root. You will discover gladness not only in what is granted, but also in what was held back from you. For now you will grasp its real meaning, not a punishment, but the preservation of a holy promise. And what I present next, my child, will not only confirm my watchful care, but will also demonstrate how I have kept the most valuable blessings until you were completely ready to accept them. Certain aspirations have been put on hold, my precious one, not rejected nor undone, but simply kept secure by my hand until the exact moment. You sought me. You endured the stillness. You sought me once more. You disciplined your inner self. You searched for reasons, perhaps thinking some imperfection within you needed correction. Yet the delay you met, my child, was not a consequence. It was a matter of proper timing. I kept specific elements in waiting, not because you were unworthy, but because the foundation was not yet solid enough to support the full scope of my designs. Some good things must await your complete readiness to sustain them. You have moved through the season of trial, my child. You traversed those extended barren periods where no advancement seemed visible, yet you held fast to your belief. You pushed back against the quiet suggestions of uncertainty, the urge to surrender, and the exhaustion that came with delay. But within that quietness, my precious one, something vital was forming. You could not see the progress, but I was building something lasting piece by piece. And now, my beloved child, what has been held back is ready to burst forth. When it comes, it will not be slow or restricted. It will arrive suddenly and fully, for I am not simply permitting a trickle. I am releasing what has been kept precisely for this moment. The acceleration will feel sudden, my child, yet it is the result of your patient faithfulness. This abundant flow is the reward for your quiet dependability. Do not be surprised, my precious one, when the very areas that appeared barren suddenly flourish. Do not be startled when opportunities that once ignored you now pursue you. When conversations that once excluded you now center on your participation. This is not coincidence, my child. This is the fulfillment of my intention. This is what happens when I announce the time has come. When I send forth my power, nothing can hinder it. No resistance. My child, this is not about external forms, nor about specific people, nor about what has passed. My intention, once set, cannot be reversed. What is drawing near will not demand your effort. You will not need to plan for it, chase after it, or petition for its arrival. It will simply manifest, not because it is insignificant, but because it is uniquely prepared for you. Paths that were once blocked will now become clear and expansive, my precious one. Moments of stillness will shift into perfectly aligned circumstances. You will move from quiet anticipation to engaged fulfillment, from desiring to possessing. And this shift will be evident not only to your own heart, but to those who watch your journey. They will observe your progress, they will see the tangible outcomes, and they will discern my work. You have longed for clarity, for provision, for meaningful progress, for closer connections. And now, my beloved, a richness will start to pour into your life, one revelation following another. You will perceive it in your spirit before it manifests in your everyday experience. My child, you feel the change in your surroundings. Matters are genuinely moving. What was concealed is now becoming visible. I have already declared it into existence, and the necessary elements are silently forming. This is not a promise for the future. It is present now. Even so, my cherished one, despite how quickly these shifts unfold, hold firm within your spirit. Do not allow the swiftness to dislodge your inner balance. Remain modest as blessings appear. Stay receptive as insights emerge. Keep your attention on me, not on the developing circumstances. I am not merely bringing about what you wish for. I am also guarding your deepest self as it comes to pass. I am surrounding your gifts with insight so you will manage them wisely. What is being granted now is not exclusively for your personal ease, but for my broader intention. It will reach further than your immediate requirements. It will extend to others. It will awaken comprehension in those you did not know were watching you. You will not need to announce it. Your very being will demonstrate what I have brought to pass. And what I next place within your reach will feel like the concluding piece. Not that you were ever incomplete, but that the full scope of my promise is now being realized. In earlier times, I instructed you to release what you perceived as attachments, and you did so, even amidst your uncertainty. I led you toward decisions that appeared unwise to the world, yet you heeded me because you relied on my gentle leading more than their forceful statements. My precise moment was not a result of your errors, my child. I held back because what I am about to reveal requires your undivided attention, your full readiness, your total openness. It was essential for you to arrive at a state where outside influences ceased to govern your assurance, and no other viewpoint could stand equal to my own. I brought you to the conclusion of your own striving, not to cause hardship, but to release you from the habit of partial alignment that was diminishing your inner peace. Therefore, my beloved child, I paused until your comprehension was not just available, but genuinely craving wisdom that only I could provide. I awaited the moment your innermost being could truly comprehend the weight of what I must reveal. For my truth is not soft. It is not intended to entertain or to flatter. It is meant to transform you profoundly. It challenges. It directs you afresh. It unearths what has lingered for too long. But it also restores, strengthens, and retrieves what has been obscured by all the diversions. And now, my precious one, you are ready. You are no longer trying to mold me to your own concepts. You are prepared to be shaped by my blueprint. You are no longer requesting my endorsement for what you have not completely surrendered. You are offering me everything, no matter the cost. That is why I can now communicate plainly, without being distorted by your expectations. I can unveil the full reality of who you are, without false appearances, without fear, without needing validation from those who never genuinely perceived you. My truth now comes like an incoming current, not to engulf you, but to wash away every falsehood you unknowingly embraced. It will correct not only your direction, but also your genuine identity. I will reveal the individual you have always been, beneath old wounds, dismissals, and times of delay. I will bring back to your memory what I proclaimed about your being before the world started to shape it. This truth will be steadfast, yet it will liberate you. It will feel like light illuminating a shadowed area, not because it is noisy, but because it is unmistakable. And with it will arrive the restoration of missed opportunities, the healing of your perceptions, and the distinctness of your aim. You will no longer advance based on assumptions. You will move ahead from definite understanding. What once appeared confusing will become plain. What previously burdened you will release its grip. For truth does more than just illuminate, it frees. I guided you to this juncture not to find fault, but to elevate. not to bring shame, but to restore your true position. You are now ready to receive without opposition. The center of your essence is made ready. The noise has diminished. The distractions have dissolved. And now, as I begin to impart truth without holding back, you will grasp why I could not communicate in this manner previously. From the instant you arrived in this world, my child, outside forces started to twist how you saw yourself with faulty viewpoints. Utterances were made concerning you that did not match your genuine nature. Labels were given to you by people who did not understand what I had established. Expectations were placed upon you that never matched the authentic pattern I had designed. And gradually, you began to accept these portrayals as if they were part of you, adapting yourself to fit meanings that were never divine. The world instructed you to gauge your significance by what you achieved, by perfection, by your outward presentation, by acceptance from others. It tried to persuade you that you had to gain your value, prove your abilities, attain victory to be included. And whenever you did not meet its unattainable benchmarks, uncertainty crept in, murmuring falsehoods that you were lacking, that there was an issue with you, that you were inadequate. But I am speaking at this moment to reveal each of those deceptive notions and to lead you back to the truth I wove into your very being before creation began. You are not what others asserted were. You are not what previous setbacks proclaimed. You are not what measuring yourself against others caused you to conclude. Your worth is not defined by errors. Your true self is not marked by past hurts. You are not the quietness of others when you long to be seen. Human perspectives tried to assign you roles that led to endless effort and just getting by. But I spoke your true name into existence long before any earthly sound was made. That truth about you rests forever in my keeping, whole, clean, untouched by years or events. I declared you distinct. I declared you hallowed. I declared you mine. Now I am gently lifting away every mistaken idea about yourself that the world placed upon your spirit. I am uncovering the layers you put on to be liked. I am undoing the false narratives that made you shrink back, worried you were either too grand or not enough. I did not bring you into being to be lessened. I did not shape you to fit another's mold. I imprinted you with a sacred sign, a personal seal that only my realm truly recognizes. No word, no challenge, no way of life can ever remove that. I am bringing back what you hid to simply get through. I am drawing out the parts of you that fear quieted, bringing them forward with assurance. Who you genuinely are was never built on your actions. It always sprang from being with me. This is why you felt like you didn't quite belong. This is why even your successes left you wanting more. For deep inside, your spirit understood you were living for something that wasn't your real calling. That ends now. I am showing you your authentic image again, the one that mirrors my view. The you that is whole, free, brave, and full of my own purpose. My precious child, your genuine being has no need to chase attention, for I myself have already distinguished you. You no longer seek acceptance from others, because you dwell in my unwavering approval. I do not focus on the labels the world attempted to place upon you. I am unveiling the true self I formed you to be before misunderstandings obscured your sight. You do not need to strive for this. It resides within you already. Simply release what was never true and welcome what I have always preserved for you. As you do this, my beloved child, you will experience a transformation, not only in your self-perception, but also in what comes to you, in what you communicate, and in your journey through life. You will cease to fit yourself into places too confined for your genuine brilliance. Your worth will not be decided by how others react. You will proceed with a quiet assurance that no human opinion can shake. This is because you have returned to my truth. What I will disclose next will both confirm your true identity and illustrate the outcomes of fully accepting that understanding. Yet, I address you presently with a voice that stills all uncertainty and unveils every deception. You have never left my thoughts, not for a moment, not even for a fleeting second. When others overlooked you, I watched every part of your developing life with profound care. As they paid you no mind, I was building something enduring within you. You are not just one of the crowd. You are not waiting on the edge, hoping for a chance. There is a reason your challenges have been so deep, my cherished one. There is a reason you felt a weight heavier than your situation seemed to warrant. You have been specially chosen, yes, but not by misfortune. The profound feelings you experienced were not a punishment. They were a setting apart. You are not waiting to become significant. You already hold it within you. I needed you to keep going without applause from others. I needed you to obey even when you didn't grasp why. I needed you to press on when others stopped, because where I am guiding you, who you genuinely are, will matter more than outward appeal, and your readiness to obey will have greater impact than how you look. I chose you, not for your accomplishments, but for your openness to my will. The reason you stood firm even when your determination faltered is because I upheld you. I have surrounded you with hidden strength, plain wisdom, and holy discernment, which will now start to become evident. Others will start to notice, not because you chase recognition, but because my light cannot be hidden. You are not the same person who endured that hardship, my beloved. And it is not because you faced greater trials, but because you relied on me more fully. That reliance is the bedrock upon which I am now building important plans. You do not need to push or strive. You do not need to promote yourself. You simply need to walk with me, one moment at a time, and I will show you the right chances, bring you to the fitting people, and supply all that is needed. My gaze never missed you, my child. You were being shaped for a role, not to elevate yourself, but to make my presence clear through your life. Some matters were put on hold, my child, not denied, not canceled, but simply kept by my own hand until the exact moment came. You prayed, you waited, you searched for understanding, perhaps believing something within you needed fixing. But the delay you met was not a punishment. It was purely a question of the right time. I held certain parts back, not because you were unworthy, but because the base was not yet strong enough to bear the complete scope of my intention. Some good outcomes must be kept from you until you have the inner strength to manage them. And now I speak with a deep sense of urgency. The limits are giving way. The barriers are lifting. The time of my divine pause is ending. And what I have held in readiness is now beginning to move. You have moved through the season of trial, my precious one. You traversed those extended barren periods where no advancement seemed visible, yet you held fast to your belief. You have stood firm against the quiet whispers of doubt, the impulse to give up hope, the weariness of waiting. But within that stillness, something powerful was forming. You could not see the growth, but I was building something lasting, piece by careful piece. And now what was kept back is about to rush forward. And when it comes, it will not be slow or small. It will arrive quickly and fully, for I am not just permitting a trickle. I am unleashing what was set aside for this very moment. The sudden acceleration will seem unexpected, but it is the result of your steady trust. This abundance is the reward for your quiet loyalty. Do not be amazed when the very areas of your life that once felt empty begin to flourish without warning. Do not be taken aback when opportunities that once bypassed you now come looking for you. When conversations that once left you out now center around your involvement. My beloved child, you have remained, listening with a heart that truly seeks me. I see your desire for clarity, your longing for purpose, and your readiness to receive the truth I have unveiled. As one who has heard this message, your spirit now knows a deeper part of my intention for you. This understanding is not merely for your own comfort, my precious one. It is a sacred assignment. Let your heart's agreement with this message be known, for your devoted attention to this work honors me. Your support enables more of my children who desperately need to hear of their true identity and my unwavering care to find this very light. By joining my faithful remnant, you become a vessel for my word, a partner in extending my love to those still waiting in uncertainty. Imagine the profound peace that comes when you fully step into the purpose I have prepared, seeing your life as a living testimony to my faithfulness. Return for deeper understanding, for I have more to unfold, more wisdom to impart, and further revelations to confirm the true self I have always known you to be. Know this, my beloved, my gaze is always upon you. You are forever upheld by my power, guarded by my truth, and cherished in my presence. Go forth now, surrounded by my enduring peace.
Claim your abundance today. Scan the QR or see the pinned comment. God bless you.